Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back once again to the channel. You know who it is, your boy JJ right here. We're over here at JJ's PC Builds. Today, this morning, what we're gonna do is this. Okay, this is the last part of this series for a budget build. Okay, and it's on Intel. Now we're going to go to the cheap side of Intel, but I'm going to do this with a little bit of a twist. So stick around, we're going to roll this B-roll, and here we go. So stand by. Okay, welcome back everybody. The little bit of a twist. What we're going to do is with the last part of this series is we're going to take and we're going to do a 3-in-1 build. So we're going to grab an Intel cheap Intel system, and we're going to price out an all-in-one build by adding a couple components to it and making it the cheapest build you can do. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. We're going to go ahead and load it up, and here we go. We just loaded it up for you. We got a Dell Optiplex right here, 710MT, i7 3700, 3.4 gigahertz, 4 gigabyte, and no. I've already looked over that system, and it was not a good buy. So when they say it has no operating system or something, you basically, when you go and pick these Dell Optiplex, you want it with the Windows 10 professional operating system. They might not have a GPU, but that's okay if they don't have a GPU, as long as they got the hard drive, like a SSD drive or something in between there. Probably best with an SSD drive. What you're going to want is you want a decent motherboard, decent case, at least maybe 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM if you're going to do DDR3, or if you get a DDR4 system, either way. You want a high-end, best of the high-end for that model and year for that kind of computer. So, if you got the i5 3770 right here, and they only want $72, but it has no hard drive or no operating system. Well, duh, if it's got no hard drive, it definitely ain't got no operating system. That's common sense. So you just keep, you got bare bones with motherboard, the fan, motherboard with fans, no CPU. Okay, well, for $28, I don't get a CPU, and you get a motherboard. Well, then what's the problem? They sold the CPU. They parted it all out. They sold the CPU, and they said, you know what? Hey, we sell the motherboard. We can get $28 with it with the case. You couldn't buy that case for no more than $5 at a thrift store, and the motherboard you can buy no matter $25. You can go on any place into eBay and get a motherboard for that case for $25. So basically that's $28. That's basically what you're buying, is a $28. You don't even know if you get the PSU. You don't know what you get with it at that point. If it doesn't come as a package, then there is a problem. But hey, it looks like we got something here. We got the 710MT. It looks like it says it's got the hard drive, Windows 10, i7 3770, 3.4 gigahertz, 16 gig of RAM, and a DVD player. Let's see. What you do is when you cam over and you view everything, you look and see if it has a lot of scratches or anything else. So at least you know what you're getting into. You can see exactly what you're getting into when you cam over everything. I can tell you that, it's got a lot of dust on it. Shows that it hasn't been used in a while. I can tell you that right there. So we cam over the back and we take a look and see it's got the original power supply. You can see that right there. That eh, yeah, that's got the original power supply, but the fan was changed. That's a bad sign right there. Because number one, if you see those, that's not the right screws for that fan. Because it usually fits flush. The screws fit flush. Always remember that. And coming down to the bottom, the fan looks like it's originally belongs there because it did come with the rubber inserts for that model. And it's got dust around. It's got dust and rust around right here around uh, the PT ports, the keyboard and mouse port. You can see around the keyboard port that it's got rust around there, and it's been sitting out in some kind of weathered area. I can tell you that much. And looks like it's never been changed. It looks like it's been all desktop. It's got a little bit of wear and tear on it. You can tell it. The motherboard looks intact. Now the hard drive looks like it's an SSD drive. So, and the power supply is the original 250 watt power supply they always put in there, because those are always the standard power supplies back then. And what else? Looks like it has Windows 10 Pro, but do remember, anybody and anybody could take and go to a different computer and show you Windows 10 Pro. But you take your chances when you buy systems like this. You take your chances. So it's got an SSD, 500 gigabyte SSD, and it says it's got a 500 gigabyte hard drive. So it should have both. It's got an Intel processor, which that it's got 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. So, getting out my trusty calculator. So, this one looks like the system we can use for the build. This will be a system we can use for the build. So, we can say $85. And add that on. And we got the processor, says good condition, ready to go. So it has everything, but the only thing that it would need probably is a video card. So let's have a look around for a video card. Okay. This is the video card that we would have for that system. The Dell AMD Radeon R7 450, 4 gigabytes of GDDR5, small form factor, but do remember you can always get, even if it says small form factor, it will still work in that Dell. Even because it's MT, that's an MT factor, and this is SFF. You can always change the plate that's on the front, to an MT plate. So you can switch out the plates, believe it or not. And usually the plates are dirt cheap. You can get the plates anywhere on eBay. You can order the plate for like maybe $7. So let's just say this graphics card here is $51, right? So um, so this card right here will be a perfect match with the Dell Optiplex right here, the 710MT for 85 bucks. So let's say we get that one and put that R7 450 with this and call it a win, because I guarantee the 450 is going to be really good. So if you're looking to see what the factors are on the 450, what you do is you do let's just say I open up another browser and do the AMD Radeon. It was R7 450. R7 450 specs. Okay, so go right to Tech Power Up. It doesn't look like the same card, but it's got the same functions. So $65 card, just for say it. Has good G flops, FP32 947.2 G flops, texture rates 2960 G texels, and 14.80 G pixels. It's not T flops. That would be your higher end cards, would be on your T flops, but it's G flops. So it's got a 6-pin connector on it. So usually when it's got an external power that you got to hook up to it, it's going to have some kind of juice. So, you know, they're not gonna put a BS card out there without having some kind of juice to it. So looks like GPU clocks might be a little better than 925 megahertz and 1125 megahertz on the memory clock. Might be a little bit higher, but for this kind of build, and it's a low end build, I would say they're saying it has 4 gigs of GDDR5. That changes the factors. I would believe it, looking at because if you see right there, just by looking right there at the front of the connectors, there's no VGA on it, and I bet you it's one HDMI and it's one of the, could be 2 HDMIs, or it could be 2 regular ports, display ports. Yeah, see, it's not HDMI, it's 2 display ports. That's what those are. So not bad for the win. I would get it. So let's go ahead and add the 4493 on. So for the win, 129.93 for the win. That's how much the graphics card will cost you with the computer. So it's 2 in 1. You got the computer and with the mouse and the keyboard, you got the graphics card to go into there. And you'll probably be lucky. You'll probably be good and happy. It'll do like mid-level gaming and low-level gaming. You probably get between maybe 35 and 90 FPS in between there. So yeah, it's good. Well, this video is getting way too long, and I don't know, I'm just talking way too much, and I keep going. I'll end up going up to 2 to 3 hours, and then you all be like, I don't want to watch the video because it's 2 to 3 hours long. But anyway, you all have a nice morning. Like and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like all the videos would be appreciated. Would help us get up to the next level if y'all like the videos. And if you subscribe, it will help us get on our way to getting 1,000 subscribers. So the goal is we got to get up there to 1,000 subscribers, and I am doing my best to make the best videos for you all. So I hope you understand that, and I hope you stick with me, and we're going to keep making videos, and we're going to keep having fun, even though I sound like a old man, but I'm not an old man. But anyway, yeah, I am, but that's not the point. I got my birthday coming around in November. Y'all want to give me a nice birthday present? Let's get the subscribers up to 5,000. What do you think? Give me a birthday present. 5,000 subscribers, what we need. But anyway, pass the word along. Until the next time, this is JJ, your boy. We will see you on the next build.